What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know WrestleMania season is here and this video is going up Monday, so I will be able to talk about what happened on WrestleMania this weekend coming. But today we're going to be talking about basics. Yeah, we're going to be talking about basics, and we got three of them here. We have the Basic Series 145, Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton, and then a new pickup, we have the Basic Series 146, Giovanni Vinci. So let's get right on into it. Alright, so we're going to talk about, let's say, Tiffany, and then we'll talk about Imperium. For Tiffany, I am very excited about this figure. Now, this is not my personal figure. I have not been able to find one yet, but I had a buddy that was nice enough to let me actually review his, and I appreciate that, so thank you. But this figure looks really good. Now, when the figure first got revealed, you'll see my comments on Ringside's post. I wasn't a fan of the head scan, and I didn't like how boring the gear was, because like we see with a lot of female talent nowadays, they have very elaborate gear. So I know when she eventually gets an elite, it's going to be top notch, but the basic will have to suffice until then. This head scan, like I said, isn't the best in the world, but it will work. The hair looks nice. I put a lot of work in the hair detailing. Would have been nice to have some low lights instead of some highlights, but it is what it is. I'd like to know what some of the female figure collectors say about this figure, because that is what they typically collect, and this is something out of the ordinary for me. My other complaint is that I think Tiffany is 5'7", and I think this figure is a little small. We'll see a little bit later with some NXT women size comparisons, but I just wanted to put her up against Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair is 5'10", Tiffany's 5'7", so going by that, they do appear to be in scale, but we'll compare her up against a couple NXT women, like I said, because it doesn't feel quite big enough for me. But this is the new basic, so you have, well, the articulation on the women's figures are about the same as before. The hands are removable, the heads are removable. For the gear, like I said, it's a little plain. I understand it is a basic. It has the gray straps with the pink top and just the gems that are just painted on there. It would have been nice if those were sculpted, but obviously they can't do that. Looks good down there. Continue to the bottom. The knee pads actually took me by surprise. Normally they're like a harder rubber. These are like the rubber that you see with like the Undertaker and Mr. Perfect singlet. These are the clinging rubber that will like attract dust. But it does leave for decent knee articulation, which we do not see all the time with basics, which I'll show you with that. The boots are generic, of course. They're just gray boots with white laces. You see they're painted nice, and then it has the TS on the back there. No back details except for the horrendous like copyright or trademark stamp. Does not look good on that location on the back, but the figure does look pretty solid. And for a basic, until we get her elite, I will say I am satisfied. Before we get into Imperium, let's go ahead and size her up with some NXT women. We have Roxanne Perez. I don't know her exact height, but I think Tiffany should be a little taller than her. Like, obviously the figure is, but even taller. And then there's Cora Jade, which when you put them all side by side, you will see that Cora Jade appears to be the tallest, even though Tiffany, I thought on TV, was the tallest. So that really does throw me for a loop. Let's see how tall Cora Jade actually is. Cora Jade is 5'6", so she should be shorter than Tiffany. And Roxanne Perez is 5'1". So, I'm going to say that Roxanne's figure is a little too tall, Cora's is too tall, and Tiffany's is too short. But that way we do have a pretty solid size comparison for the Tiffany Stratton figure. So, if you're wanting to display this on your shelf, you will be able to know for sure what to do. But if you want to complete her, I would suggest putting the NXT Women's title around her. Now let's get into Imperium. We have Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. We knew these were coming, but from them hitting ringside, and in between them hitting ringside and them hitting retail, they have been announced for a Mattel Creations Elite 2-pack, which is perfect because they definitely needed Elites because you want them with Gunther. Also, this is what Tiffany looks like with the NXT Women's title, and it looks phenomenal. But back to the guys, they both have chases in their respective series. It's them in, I think, a red and black trunks attire to match the Elite Gunther that we have. But their Mattel Creations exclusives are going to match the Ultimate Gunther that we talked about in last week's reveal videos. As far as head scans go, Ludwig is really nice. That is a great head scan. As far as Giovanni Vinci goes, looks like Ryback's ugly cousin. But the Elite, both of their Elite heads, I think, are upgrades. So nothing to worry about there. You see, they are properly sized with each other, but that's not who you're really concerned about. You're more so concerned with how they scale with Gunther. I'm not going to do too much articulation on those guys because they are basics. They still are limited. But man, that looks good. Now just imagine Gunther with the Intercontinental title or with the UK title, and then put Imperium with the NXT Tag Team Championships like they had. That was a good time. Yeah, the possibilities are endless, and I think its size comparison is very, very well. But for these guys, I cannot pinpoint the torsos because I just don't follow basics that much. Ludwig's looks to be maybe a unique torso with the muscle definition. I'm not sure. As you see, they both have Imperium going across the tights there. Looks very, very nice. Articulation, like I said, it's basics. The new basics do have better articulation, but the arms are still limited since that switch back in the day. You have the high socks, I guess is what you would call it, going up behind the knee pad. And then you have the boots. I don't know why it's painted every other lace. That could be accurate, but it is weird seeing the sculpted black lace in the middle of them. But it is fine. These do have a little trouble standing, but if you sit there and just kind of fiddle for a second, it's not that bad. Man, I can't get over that Ludwig head, though. Giovanni Vinci, he does have his earring, which is a nice touch. Like I said, he has the chase for his wave. For his chase, I would have preferred if it was like his NXT solo Giovanni Vinci run with like the model thing. I like that gimmick a lot. I don't know why. I thought it was cool. As you see, he has the high socks thing going on too, but it is white this time. Except he has every lace painted. Imperium going across the front there. He does have Giovanni Vinci on the back of his trunks. I don't remember what Ludwig has, so we will all find out together right now. And he just has Ludwig Kaiser with a crown at the top. But, I mean, these are all solid figures. I cannot, like, express how much I am happy to have them in my collection. And I figured I would throw Tiffany in with them since she is dating Ludwig. And then we had to do the comparison with the NXT women and Gunther. But that is going to be it for today's video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And last but not least, take it easy.